What's going on, everyone? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Collectibles New 52 Nightwing figure. There's another version of Nightwing that came out in the designer series Greg Capullo line. Now this is not to be mistaken with this guy. It's actually a different look entirely, a different body style entirely, a different sculpt entirely, a different head sculpt, different everything. But I'll get to that comparison a little bit later. But for right now, just taking a look at the packaging, it's your basic New 52 packaging, and I believe this is one of the last ones in this style packaging. I believe they're switching over to the kind of like the designer series packaging, I guess the Arkham Knight figures are coming in. But and I don't have a problem with this packaging or the other one, but I think they're both nice style packaging. On the side anyway, we have this nice red silhouette of Nightwing here. Looks good. On the back is the other figures that come in the wave. I've already done my review of Batgirl a while ago. I'm sorry, I know this took me a while to pick up this guy to finish off the Bat family, but the other figures that come with are Supergirl. I actually was thinking about picking up Supergirl. It's a really nice face sculpt right there. And the rest of the New 52, if you want to pick them up as well. Justice League, excuse me. And on the side, you have a picture of the actual figure. I don't know why I have so much... Why is it so dark today? It's just wanting to be dark in here. I don't know why. But there he is. And we'll get Nightwing pulled out of package and take a closer look at him. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with Nightwing out of packaging. And I gotta say, some parts on him I really like, and then other parts I just... Whoa. I would say the sculpting is really well done on him. The paint application looks really crisp and clean. There's not that much on him, but it looks pretty good. Maybe there's like a little bit of slop right there, but that's pretty much it on a figure that doesn't really have too much painting on him. But it is pretty good for the most part. As far as I would say the big drawback on this is probably his Eskrima sticks right here. They are just way too short. They should be around about that tall on him. I do know in the comics for a fact that he did have his Eskrima sticks on the sides of his legs, I believe. I'm not sure if I don't know if I was a superhero, I don't know if I'd want my sticks going on the side of my leg. I just don't think form and function meet that criteria as far as where I would put those. I think having them on your back would be a much more efficient way to have them. They're out of the way, you know. If you land on your back, you know, at least you're landing on the sticks and not maybe they'll help you break your fall. I just think this is a much more efficient way to go than this. I don't know. I prefer the other way. And it just looks a little weird on the figure too, with just these being clips. But I know what they're trying to do. I understand why they had to do that, because that's basically what the holster would have to look like. So looks pretty cool. Like I said, this is all nicely sculpted, going up and down his leg, even up here on the collar. He kind of has this like armorized collar over here. I believe in the comic his collar kind of goes a little bit further up, kind of like a turtleneck almost. It looks like it's a little bit of like a turtleneck type of suit with the collar, but I do know this is like the armorized like collar. Maybe he changed his suit. I do know that this is different, going down all the way down his arm right here onto his fingers. The stripe, I do know that is different from the Capullo version. As far as his eyes, they did a really good job on the outlining with the red. I think that looks really cool, actually. Some people didn't care for it, but I actually think it looks pretty cool. And I'll just get zoomed in here. As you can see, it's kind of outlined the black mask with red. And then he's got kind of like a white pupil. But I think that looks really good. And some people also don't care for this face sculpt, but I think it looks pretty cool too. The head does come off as a little bit small, I would say. Maybe I would have preferred a little bit larger of a head, but I think it still works. It works pretty good. What else? Also, a lot of people say that, I don't know, the face comes off as a little bit pointy, and I'll tell you this, I completely agree. It does come off a little bit pointy, but I really think what's doing it, it's not so much of his nose, because I think the sculpt on his nose is pretty well done. I think it's just the pointiness of the mask that's throwing off the face, kind of giving him that pointy nose face. Because when you turn him to the side, his nose looks pretty well sculpted, not so pointy. But then when you look at it head on, it just looks a little bit kind of like he's got a beak or something. Triple H nose. I am the game. Okay, I'll stop doing that. But yeah, I would say the face sculpt looks pretty cool. As far as profile wise, right there he looks pretty cool. Or right here he looks pretty cool. But dead on he looks a little bit off. And maybe the head's a little bit too small. So maybe I'm just nitpicking here, but that's just what I do. Because that's what I do. Like Mark Henry. Sorry, I'm throwing wrestling references out there now. Sorry, guys and girls. But as far as his articulation goes, his head does swivel side to side. And it does, no, doesn't want to look up. Just kind of jiggles up and down a little bit past eye level. It does have the tilt in his head, just kind of going to the his left side, or our right. But it does swivel, full 360. His arms go up about that far, so not the best range of motion, the arm going up, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think that's going any further. But it does swivel, full 360 rotation. He also has a bicep swivel right there. Single bend at the elbow, about 90 degrees. A glove swivel, and that's it. No wrist swivel, but he does swivel at the glove, so that's pretty cool as long as he has it. No waist articulation, no ab crunch of any kind. His legs do go forward about that far, and they do not really go back. So he does have he does do the splits about this far, so he does have like a T-jointed hip, but a very limited T-jointed hip. So he can actually do the splits better than he can put his leg forward, which is really kind of a bummer. He does have the upper thigh swivel, a single bend at the knee, and he does have an ankle hinge right here. So there you go with that. Like I said, the Eskrima sticks are really small, and he's not a very big, large figure. He's kind of skinny. Some people would say maybe he's a little bit undersized. I don't think it's that bad. My version of Nightwing, he would be skinny since he's an acrobat and he's constantly moving around and he's cardiovascular and in fit shape. I don't really mind that he's actually thin, to be honest with you. When he's big and bulky, doesn't really make sense to me. But I'll bring in a quick size comparison. We'll do a comparison of Nightwings as well. So stay tuned. Okay, and we're back with the Nightwing party. This is the DC Universe Classics Renegade suit Nightwing. Obviously, the figure we're reviewing right here. And then we have the Greg Capullo version back here. There are certain aspects of each figure that I really like. We got this guy for articulation. Not the best paint applications. Maybe not the better of the sculpt of the three. Really like his head sculpt, though. I think it's one of my favorite Nightwing head sculpts, to be honest with you. This guy, not really feeling how big he is. He's very large. Tell him large Marge sent ya. Sorry, I had to do that. But I think the overall sculpt on him and just kind of I know I'm probably going to get beat up in the comments for saying this, but I like his head sculpt because it's a very good job, good representation of Greg Capullo's artwork. That's why I like him, because it's accurate to Greg Capullo's artwork. But I think overall, out of the three, I think I actually like this guy the most, to be honest with you. He doesn't have the articulation that you're looking for. He's got the least of the three. He's probably got the most, second most. He actually might have the same amount of articulation, but not a better range of motion. He's got the best range of motion. He's probably got the better articulation. But the other drawback of him is that he doesn't have holsters for his Eskrima sticks, but he has the better Eskrima stick. So it's kind of like, it's kind of give and take here, what you're really getting. But as far as sculpt wise, I think he's the best one. Articulation, not the best, but he does at least have holsters on the sides of his legs. I like the face sculpt better than, I don't know. I guess each, you know what? I shouldn't say I don't like any of the face sculpts, because each one is unique to its own. I should just say that. They're each unique to its own, and they're also different versions of the Nightwing suit, as you can see here. So, looks really good though. Would I recommend this figure? Yes, I would recommend this figure. Maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea. Maybe it's not the best Nightwing figure ever, but it's still a really good figure. And if you're trying to figure, God, I keep saying figure. If you're trying to figure your figure, then figure it out. I don't know. So maybe I should figure out how to talk. God, I'm an idiot. But yeah, I would say the drawback on him is probably articulation and the Eskrima sticks. That's about it. The rest I like, to be honest with you. I don't really have a big problem with it. And if you're trying to figure, I said it again, if you're trying to finish off your new 52 Bat family, this is probably the way to go, because you're probably going to need him unless you want to substitute the Greg Capullo version instead. But as far as I would say, I would recommend this figure, yes. There, I said it again. But let's do a couple other size comparisons here before I let you guys go. As you can see, I think since I have some people out here, I'll just grab a Harley Quinn in a second. But there's the first size comparison. The Greg Capullo is a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, wider selection. And then you have him, he's taller than the DC Universe Classics version of himself. Oops, I'm dropping stuff. And then here's Harley Quinn from the Arkham series, and she is actually, she's actually taller than him. So maybe he doesn't really fit in the Arkham, with the Arkham figures then. And then obviously, I'm dropping, everybody's falling off the table now. God. Golly Baba. Come on. Come on. Stand, you fool. Alright. Pan this up first off. And we'll just stand him here. And obviously he's going to be shorter than Mr. Hammer here. So there you go. I'm going to pause this. Actually, I'm going to get the whole Bat family out here since this is the final piece of my puzzle. And we'll be right back with that. Okay, and here we have the whole Bat family that's available in the New 52 style. I know this guy is not from the New 52. He's from DC Direct, and this is not technically his New 52 look. So, but this is the whole Bat family, needless to say. And it would be nice to actually get a Batwoman. That would be really cool. I don't know why they never released any Batwoman figures. I think there was only one from DC Direct a while ago. So it'd be nice to see a New 52 Batwoman figure down the road if they ever get to it. But yeah, so there's the whole Bat family. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the flip side.